Hello, good morning, and welcome to the wonderful world of Facebook Live with me, Martin. I wanted to come on and have a quick chat with all my lovely Facebook friends today. I'm out in the beautiful Portuguese sunshine here and wanted to share some thoughts with you today about manifestation and getting the things that you want and just really living the life of your dreams and living the life you're meant to live, because the lives we lead a lot of times aren't the lives of our dreams, aren't the lives of what we imagined when we were kids, and we sometimes get into habits and we get into sort of patterns where we tend to follow things that are not our passion, that are not our true essence. So I wanted to talk about that today. So as the title says, how to get anything you want is to actually be it until you see it. So there's a saying goes around in different circles, fake it till you make it. And for me that doesn't really work, because initially you're using a word, faking it, so it's something that you actually don't believe. It's something that you're trying to trick yourself and trick others into seeing what you want in your life, or creating something that you want that you don't have. So you fake it, you just pretend you are this until it comes. And there is value in that as well, but I feel like this comes a lot from the teachings and conversations with God. And it came to me this kind of saying, be it until you see it, instead. So it's not the act of faking and pretending you are something you're not. It's actually getting clear on what you want, know what you want, and be specific about what you want, and then just start to come from that place of how it would be if you already manifested that thing in your life. Say it's a relationship. I've had questions about I recently got married, so maybe this is why the question has come up. So people are asking, like, how can I meet a partner? But it's with anything. It's like, how can I get the job I want, the better relationships? How can I create a healthy body, healthy mind, healthy spirit? All of these things, they're all the same thing. They're just different manifestations than physical. So I can talk a bit about, as I said, I just got married. So the funny thing is, myself and my now wife Elise, we done pretty much the same thing before we met. We were using these manifestation skills and kind of law of attraction type stuff to create and attract the person that we wanted in our life. So for a long time, I had my journal, my book, where I write every day, and I was writing down every day the thing that I want, the qualities that I wanted in a partner, in a wife, in a girlfriend. And every day I would write this down. I would write down, I'm so grateful for my beautiful wife that's into the spiritual life, that likes yoga, that I actually put down that she was South American. I did this for quite a while, and there were several things that I talked about that I wanted in a partner, and Elise was actually doing the same thing without actually knowing each other. We were doing the same things. We were writing down. She was doing it in a slightly different way, but at the same premise, and we were doing these things, and we did it for months, and then we actually met. And all of the things that I wrote down that I wanted in a woman, she was that. And the way that works is because I was coming from the place of I'm happy as I am now, and I am radiating the qualities that I want in a woman myself. So I'm happy being on my own now, but the qualities that I wanted, that I was writing down every day, I'm grateful for this beautiful woman that's going to be into the same things as me, and all of the qualities I wanted in her. I was being that myself. And that's how you get what you want. That's how, like, law of attraction, like attracts like. So you be the vibration, you be the signature, let's say, of what it is you want. So that could be a relationship, it can be money, it can be the health. So and it does take a bit of a leap of faith in this as well, because you have to, while that manifestation is not there, while you don't see it in your reality, you have to keep doing that. And ignore what the physical reality is showing you. So if you want a partner, every day I was writing down, I'm so grateful for my wife, my partner, and this for months I didn't have the wife or the partner, but I kept doing it and I kept doing it, and it was just fun. It doesn't have to be a chore. It should be a fun thing. It should be. So if it's money, I did something just for fun with money one time, and I wrote in an exact amount of money that I wanted to manifest in my life. It was not like a life-changing amount of money, but it was significant. I think it was probably, if we're talking in pounds, it was like £1,000. It was in Dubai at the time, so it was a different crazy like exchange rate. But just for fun, when I was doing this practice, I wrote down, I'm so grateful for this X amount of money, let's say it worked out. And every day I did it, and funnily enough, this happened within 10 days. So because I was able to track back in this book how long it took, and it was 10 days from I started writing it until a person gave me an envelope with the exact amount of money that I had written down for those last 10 days, and there wasn't any particular good reason of why that person did that, and it was amazing. And funnily enough, when I actually got this envelope of money, I actually counted it wrong the first time. So it was 5,000 dirhams was the amount that I read. That's the currency in Dubai. And when I received it the first time I counted it, I counted it wrong, and I counted it as 4,500, and then I was a little bit disappointed because the first time I thought, oh, this is it, but then I recounted it and it was actually 5,000. So that's just an example. I would say it was a fun thing. It wasn't that I needed the money, or it wasn't that, it was just I was testing this process, and then obviously that went on much further. There's lots of other things that I've manifested in my life through this practice, and obviously my wife now is being one. So it's getting into the vibration of playfulness, of fun, of happiness, and whatever it is that you want, start being that. So let's take another example. So if it's health, or say a change in your body or something like that you want to do. So there's actions involved in these things as well, but we want to start with putting yourself in the vibration of health. So if we maybe have something that is not feeling so good in our body, the more we give energy to that, the more we talk about it, the more we strengthen that. So if maybe we have an illness or a sickness in our body and we want to create health, what we do is firstly we stop as much as possible. Obviously there's degrees of illness, and but if always a positive thought, a positive attitude, and moving towards what you want instead of focusing on what you don't want, which is obviously the illness. If you start a process of just talking about the things that are good about your body, or start getting in the vibration of when you were very healthy and very energetic, and start talking about those things and start creating that vibration. So you're being the vibration, you're being the manifestation energetically of health, of really feeling good, feeling energetic the way you are, and keep doing that. And regardless of what's going on in your body, or what the manifestation is physically at this moment, if you continue to do that, there is a delay in physical manifestation, because at the highest level we're spiritual beings where we manifest instantly. Good morning, Claire. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thanks for that. So as I said, someone else joined there. Marty Bonner. Ray, my friend, how you doing? So we are at the highest level spiritual beings where as soon as we have a thought, we manifest it instantly. And sorry, there's another comment. Beautifully said, Martin. This is from Yogi George in Dubai. We be the vibration that we are looking to manifest. Our vibrations reflect back to us from the universe. We are divine vibration and physical expression. Much love. Thank you very much, Yogi George. Absolutely, that's exactly, you said it much better than I have been putting it. So that's amazing. So yeah, just being the vibration of what it is you want to see, what it is you want to be, and just be that. So I've kind of lost my track now, but that's where we need to come from, and it can be with anything, and it should be fun, it should be liked, it should be if you're doing this and you write it down for a couple of days and it doesn't appear after 3-4 days or 10 days like I mentioned, you shouldn't then just drop off and say, oh, this doesn't work. There shouldn't be any timeline, there shouldn't be an expectation that this happens within 10 days or this happens within 10 years. All you're doing is getting in the vibration that you can receive the things, and how that looks, you have to let go of of how it should look. It shouldn't be an expectation of it. It must look like this, it must be this, it must be this person, it must be this exact amount of money, or it must be, my health should be exactly like this. You just have to be open and free, because what we put out by our imagination is very limited in comparison to what the universe can actually send to us and give us. So I was on the track of health, so I found my way back there. So yes, so if we want to create health, or maybe a change in our body, like a physical change in our body, we start to come from that place. So we start talking about health, we start talking about strength, energy, we start talking about, and we share that with people, and we don't focus on the things that are getting us down, the things that are the pain. If there's a pain in our body, obviously that's going to take a lot of our focus. But if we can talk to people about health, talk to people about the times when we feel good. And so Yogi says that same our story of Matilda. Yes, amazing. So Yogi George and Matilda, his partner now, they have done the same things, and I'm seeing such a big pattern of this in my Facebook feed and networks now, of people coming together that are on this path. And I think these are obviously, well, I know these are all pre-planned by us together, and this is the time when these things are coming together, and it's very, very beautiful, and I'm very excited. It's amazing to share it with you two, and I know you're doing amazing work in Dubai there, so that's beautiful. We love to join you there in the Ascension Villa. So anyone in Dubai, check those out. And I find, like, the work that I do with breathwork, I was doing it before I met Elise, but once I joined together with Elise and we started doing this together, it absolutely transformed and just blossomed, because it was very much masculine, and it was only sort of one side of the equation, but when Elise joined me, obviously the feminine, and bringing that together just transforms everything and anything. And that doesn't mean that for someone who's listening now to think if they are single, or that you have to come together. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for us that's what worked. But many people, and most importantly, you should be happy on your own before anything else. Before, this is the main focus, is being happy. And I spoke to someone yesterday about the relationship thing. The funny thing was that it was at the point when I was completely happy and completely satisfied being on my own, was when I met the girl of my dreams, my now wife. So it's kind of like a paradox where you feel like, oh, I have to want this, and I need this, and I know it's when you're at the point of not needing it. It was like the money as well. I didn't need that money, but I just wanted to test it just for fun. So you need to get to a place of happiness in yourself, and do that through whatever works for you, through meditation and yoga and doing things you love, and really just connecting with your inner being, your guidance system inside, which will guide you. And we all have the voice in our head that we know that is pointing us in the right direction. And if it's a voice in the head pointing us towards something that's fearful, or we know that's not the one that we need to follow, always our inner guidance system is going to point us in the direction of things that are good for us, things that are going to bring joy and happiness and peace. So just getting quiet is the best way of doing this, and trusting your intuition, and always knowing, again, there can be like mixed signals, but always knowing that your intuition, when it's taking you in a direction that is positive, that is life affirming, that is expansive, you know that's the one you need to listen to. If it's fearful or thinking about the past or the future, it'll always be now. So we just have to use our discernment as well, and getting quiet with meditation is the easiest way of doing that, and getting into the vibration of what we want to be, what we want to see. So yeah, moving away from fake it until you make it. I think that fake it until you make it has come from a lot from maybe the internet age and stuff like that, where people were using maybe this medium to really they could, because there's not the direct interaction physically, maybe people use these things to, they could fake themselves to be anything for a lot of things, for like in business or in even I suppose in this world now, but there could be people that would do that as well. But I think moving towards looking at be it until you see it, so really start to come from the place of that's already happened. What I want is already here, and I'm happy as I am now, and I'm just open to the opportunities that are going to be placed in front of me. And now, and the other thing is that now that, so those couple of examples I gave, I met my wife, I created the job that I love, that's my life purpose, my life path. Now that, so just because I've done those things doesn't mean that I stop doing that now. So every morning still we write, we do it together now. We write down in our journal exactly how we want our day to be, what we want to create in our life. And these generally will be things that are still yet to manifest physically. So, but every day we write it down in the positive. So stating it exactly. So I'm so happy that my day has went in this way. I'm so happy that I have received this thing that I am looking for, and it's pure gratitude. So Yogi George says, Matilda and my Lyran Princess we are talking about you here, and also Marty sending his vibration to connect with us and Ascension platforms. Beautiful. I would absolutely love to do that. And another thing I would love to do, hi Matilda, I think she's just joining now. What I would love to do as well, and it's something that had come up for me today. Oh, my little friends here, you can't see the dog, but what I really love to do is connect with people like you guys that are doing this work as well, and doing these videos and sharing together and in this live format, because this live really shows it's live, it's now, it's here. This dog is going to it's now, and that's being it. I feel that's being it. You want to say hello? That's being it until you see it. So like I never had done live videos or anything like this, sharing. I would have talked to people on one-on-one, but I never had maybe the confidence or that to do what I'm doing here now before. So I just started one day, something just clicked, and I just said, okay, let's do it. And whatever the fear, it just dropped away because I started to do it, and now it's natural, it flows. And I feel like connecting with people here through this really shows exactly the being, shows exactly what we are and what we're doing, what we're sharing with the world, and it shows our flaws and how when sometimes I mix my words or I don't know, I've lost my train of thought. That's real. There's lots of videos online where it's very like produced and that comes from like TV and movies and that sort of thing, and it's presenting a certain thing. But this live medium is real, and it's now. And I know Yogi George and Matilda, they do lots of live videos of the processes they go through as well. So you're getting real time, and this is what social media is really good at. It's getting real connection, real now live moments for people all around the world, because we're all on this process now of waking up and realizing that what we've been taught our whole lives, what we've experienced our whole lives is a bit shallow, a bit for most of us it's a bit the material world, and you're born to do a job until your time to retire, and then you die, and there's no joy, there's no love, there's no purpose, no passion in life. And that's just because of the systems that have perpetuated over the last sort of few hundred years, or maybe even thousands of years, who knows. But what people are waking up to now is their real purpose and passion, and knowing that every purpose and passion for every person in the world is going to be based in service to others. And we begin that process by being of service to ourselves first, by raising our own vibration, by daily practices of gratitude, by being what you want to see in the world, by being it until you see it in the world. And by doing that, then you offer a vibration to the people around you, to the people that we have a connection on here. You offer that vibration, and maybe one word, or maybe just watching someone do something that maybe is out of the comfort zone might just flip that switch for someone, and then you can do that in your life. And you can manifest that, or or choose that in any way that works for you. So really share, and this is another thing from Conversations with God, the new book that I've read. I love it. So I highly recommend this again. There's a lot of books in the series, but book 1, 2 and 3, and the new book is book 4. So it talks about sharing your journey with others and being very honest with the journey with others. So this is where the fake it till you make it thing, let's say personal development and these things, where you watch these people with super white teeth and perfect hair and dressed amazingly, and all you can see is them on these like boats and flashy cars and all these things, and that's what they projected, and they showed this reality, and maybe some of it was true and they were happy about it, but it projected a false fake it mindset where it was like outside of yourself. It was not real inner peace, and it was material things outside of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying that. We're here for this human experience to experience those things. But if that is our focus, then it's always going to be momentary, and because the physical things, like even our physical body, it comes and goes, and it's always changing. It's always momentary. But what's inside and what's like stable and always peaceful and there is your core, your divine spirit inside, as Cryan says. I just see Pam, that's what made me think of that. Hi Pam, good morning. Hi Jason, my cousin. And so that's what's stable. The physical and our emotions and our thoughts are always coming and going and coming and going and coming and going and changing, and our body is not the same every 7 years. It's completely different. Every cell in your body has changed, and that's a continuous movement, so it's not stable. So if we try and hold on to being young and looking like we look, or this is what a lot of this stuff around these like the bright teeth and the hair and whatever for these personal development gurus, but that always changes, and then maybe they'll use surgery or something to keep them at that point. But the divine spirit, the core self, the real you that is before the body and will be there after the body, that it's always stable. So if you come from there, and if your being is coming from that divine spirit, is coming from that God self, that real, stable, steady, infinite you, then you can create anything in the physical reality that you want. And another point about this is that if it is relevant for you, so I might, if I follow what I've just said now, I could just come up with a plan today that I want to be president of the United States and replace Donald Trump, and I may have the full belief in everything that I've said, and the knowing, because I've had that experience. I know that is a possibility. There's infinite possibilities that can happen. But is that relevant for me in this lifetime? Is that relevant? Is that part of my path? Is there something that I'm going to gain and others are going to gain from that? Maybe, but most likely not, because the experiences of my life have taken me on a different path. So when I say you can create anything you want, I fully believe that everything is possible. Absolutely everything is possible, but not everything is relevant for you in this lifetime, for this experience. So you will know again, if when you get quiet, the things that you want, when you get quiet, then the things that you want will generally be in line with what is your highest good. And if those are material things, that's fine, but those shouldn't always be the main focus. It should be always leading you towards service to others, how you can make your life better and make the people around you just by your influence and by your words and by your actions. That's generally where it'll go, and whenever we find a life path that allows that, then we know we're on that path. And I feel like I am on that path now, and I'm very happy that I've created that, because I know now that I would do what I do for the rest of my life without the need for money, or without, if it was possible to live in this world and do what I'm doing without money or without anything, I would do it, and I would happily do it. And we do our work a lot of times for free, because just for the joy of it. But we do live in this physical world, and obviously to be influenced in the world and to help people, we need to We need to be in the world and at certain times of the world as well, and using our influence and using this base stable platform of our God self, divine self, whatever word you want to use from it, and then create in the world and share with people and share your light. And that's what we're all here for. And we'll all have different ways of doing that. We'll all use our influence and our unique gifts, because each of us have a unique gift. Every one of us has come here with a unique gift or gifts, and we just spend our lives, and a lot of time, maybe it'll take a few lifetimes to do it, to discover what that gift is. And that's okay, that's part of the journey as well. The journey is the point of the whole thing. But if you find like you're at a crossroads, or you find like I've always wanted to do something but I've let fear stop me doing it, now is the time to do it, because the energy is so much more creative at the minute. So we have seen things like when I started this work like years ago, when like law of attraction, you have these thoughts, and it's like it seemed like the gap between having the thoughts and getting in the place of what you wanted and it actually manifesting, for me personally, seemed to take a long time. And now I find like we can have a thought and something will just instantly appear, and that's just because of the changes in our awareness, the changes in the Earth's energy, it changes in just the mass consciousness has moved beyond some of the old patterns and the old energy, whereas now we can create instantly. And we really have to watch what we say and how we think and how we act now, because that gap is widening. And as I say, instant manifestations can happen, and it's fun, it's exciting to know that everyone has this potential of just creating, manifesting instantly, and you will have experiences of it as well. Good morning, Wilma, how you doing? And good morning, Star. Hey. So that's so like there's a saying in Ireland they say, and this has probably come from negative thinking, but I'll share it anyway. So they say you speak of the devil and it's sure to appear. So that's like when you speak about a person and they just walk around the corner, you might be talking about them. Good morning, Star, thank you for joining me. So that's an example of that, where we it can be an instant manifestation, and the time is now for that. The time really is. So really paying attention to the thoughts that you have constantly, and really getting in meditation, seeing what are my constant thoughts. Are my thoughts moving in the direction of the things that I want, or are my thoughts focusing on what I don't have, or focusing on lack, or focusing on let's say it's the relationship. So am I focusing on the absence of that person, or am I focusing on being grateful for what is now and being open to what can come? Or if it's the money, am I focusing on not having enough money to do this, or am I getting in the place of abundance and giving money? So we may not have a lot of money, and that's a mindset thing too, but no matter how, we can start every day, and we may pass like a homeless person, we'll give them a small amount of money and just start small and start giving, and no one's ever become poor from giving. That's a really true saying. So it's just starting that habit of getting in the place of being until you see it. So if you want money, give money. If you want a relationship, be happy where you are now, be open and really put it out there, the qualities that you want to attract in a partner, or what you want to see in the partner, and then start being that yourself right now, because we don't need anything outside of ourselves to do that. We can start being that. And the health, so we start, even if our physical body is not demonstrating the health or the strength or the vitality or flexibility, whatever it is, we just start moving towards that and start being that, and start talking about, I'm healthy, I'm flexible, I'm wealthy, I'm happy, I'm free, and whatever it is, start being it. And to some people, if you've not practiced these practices, this might sound a little bit crazy, a little bit like out there, but I can tell you that for me it has worked, for many others it has worked and is working. So what have you got to lose? You will feel better by focusing on the things that you want. You will feel better by focusing on health. You'll feel better by focusing on yourself happiness, your self peace, before looking at someone else. You'll feel better focusing on just the things that make you feel good. It's Abraham Hicks talks about it a lot. It's just feeling good. Focusing on feeling good will attract more reasons to feel good. And again, we have to, because of this gap, although it's shortening the gap depending on how it is for you, there will be some sort of gap between thinking and feeling and being what you want and that physically manifesting, and you have to drop the need for that to appear in a certain time or in a certain way. And then, as I said, for me, that's the way it happened. Whenever I drop that expectation or I drop that need or that want, it appears. So that's how we do it, and that's what I would encourage you to practice. And it's, as I said, you have got nothing to lose by being in a place of positivity, in a place of love, in a place of joy. There's only gain in that. And again, the manifestation, the physical manifestation of that doesn't have to appear for you to feel better, because just by focusing on what feels good, on being in a place of the qualities or the things that you want to attract, it feels good. If we focus on negativity, we are going to experience negativity, because we are creating our reality moment by moment by moment. And what we focus on, where our attention goes, energy flows, and that's showing you where you need to. So it's a guidance system as well. So, and we want to experience the dark or the negative as well. So that's it's not like I have to say it has to be sunshine and rainbows. Until we experience the opposite or the flip of what we want, we won't be ready to experience the fullness of that other side. So don't worry if you're in a place of like darkness or maybe depression or something that's feeling bad. Just know that the bounce back from that will be all the greater, and know that you can just start step by step by step, just reach. Abraham Hicks again is like, they have a process of just reaching for one thing that feels slightly better than the other. So they have a scale from like the darkest dark to the highest bliss, and you don't go from there to there in one go. No, you just step, just one thing that you can do today to make you feel slightly better. If you're feeling depressed or you're feeling in a low state, just do one thing, just take one step up that ladder. And then tomorrow, let's say you fall back down again, that's okay. And then we take the same step, and then maybe on day 3 we start the day on that higher step, and then we go again. And it's like climbing a mountain. It's the process of climbing the mountain that we should appreciate and know that yes, times are tough, and we're going up a hill and it's difficult, and my body feels rough, and I can't see what is around me at the top of the mountain just yet. But the process is the point, and you can enjoy it and just step, and just every day you're going to raise that level of frequency, raise your vibration to eventually your base level is going to be always that peace, always just joy and happiness. And then you're going to be in a neutral state, which is a beautiful thing, to be in a neutral state and not be affected by the outside world as much. And when you get to the state, this doesn't mean that things are not going to occur that we look at as a dark or negative. They will. All of those things still happen, but you change in your response or your how you deal with that situation. So you come from a point of peace, a point of balance. And then when these things come, whereas before it would have dropped you right back down, it may just be like a rock on the boat, like this, rather than a huge wave. So that's working on yourself every day with working on your peace and your practice. And I feel like a daily practice is so important in this, and a daily practice of getting silent, connecting with your breath, doing yoga, doing meditation, or for whatever that works for you, in doing things that you love, and that will bring that peace. The fact that you love something or that you're passionate about something is that guidance from higher self that this is what you should be doing, and you're guided in that way. So again, listen to your intuition. And if maybe we get into habits where we do things and we think, oh, this is what I love to do all of the time, if that is always taking you in an expansive, in a positive, in a life affirming way, and it's helping yourself and helping others, then that's right. But if we may be in a habit where we feel like this is what we should be doing, and this is bringing happiness, but it's maybe keeping us in an old pattern, or it's just easy, and we say that this makes us feel good, but actually it really just keeps us stuck in a pattern, then we need to look at that and change it, and be honest with ourselves, and really self-reflect, and really ask questions to ourselves, because the guidance is in you. No one else is going to make changes for you. Only you can do that, and that's fine. But you can emulate other people, or if people are displaying the qualities, or the things, the relationship, or the job, or the health, or the body, or whatever it is. If you see people, it's really good to study them, see what they do, how do they talk, how do they hold themselves, what do they speak about, where is their focus, what are they doing that's creating this state, because you're giving yourself this reflection from this other person or group of people, so that you may emulate that, so you can move towards that. And I do this a lot, because I study like masters that show the qualities that I would love to see in myself, and that I am seeing. I emulate them. So every day I'll read something that's inspiring. I'll watch videos of people who are doing the things that inspire me, that I love to do. And we have so much access to that now. Before, years ago, could be a reason for the gap in the physical manifestations. Now we have instant access to anything with the internet, and again, this can go both ways. So we can have instant access to negative news, we can have instant access to things in the world that make us feel horrible and really negative things, or we could have instant access to someone that's inspiring, that's making changes in the world by making changes in themselves, and which one we focus on is going to be the direction that we go. So it's a double-edged sword as well. So I really feel like using social media to connect with the people that inspire you. Use it for what it was designed for. It was connecting all of the people with a similar mindset around the world, and everyone at their core has the same wants, the same desires. We all want happiness, we all want balance, we all want peace, but we're on different stages and different paths that are going there. Eventually, we can't fail. We can't fail. Eventually everything is going back to love, because love is all there is. But we will choose different journeys, and maybe many lifetimes of experience in the opposite of that. But if you feel like now, in this moment, in this lifetime, that you've experienced a lot of negativity, you've experienced a lot of dark side, if you feel like you've had enough of your exploring these avenues, which is all fine and all perfect in the grander scheme of things, maybe it's time to put your focus on what you want, and put your focus on your passion, your purpose, your life, putting your passion and purpose into putting it out to the world and sharing it with the world. And this is what I'm doing with these videos. And again, I'm not doing it for I don't have a specific outcome in mind. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about most of the time. So I'm really doing this. I would be doing these videos if I thought there was no one watching. I feel like now at this point I would still do it, because I'm expressing myself in a way that I never did before. But I'm happy that with like people have contacted me about these videos, that it seems to help them, and if it resonates with you, that's amazing. But again, I don't have a specific outcome in mind. I don't have a goal with doing these videos. I'm doing this just because it feels good to do it, and I'm happy to be able to share my words, share my experience, share this beautiful blue sky and green plants behind me, all of that. I'm just grateful for everything, and it's purely just because I love to do it. And as I say, I would do it if I was talking to myself here, and that's fine too. So there's no agenda or whatever. So start doing that, whatever way that works for you, whatever that is for you, that thing that you would do for no money, you would do regardless of if someone knew about it, or someone it has some feedback for you about it. Find that thing for you, and that's going to be different for everyone, but there is something that you can do that you would have that. It could be art. Generally it's expressive, like our soul wants to express, so it could be artistic, like dance or painting or singing, or and again, this doesn't mean that this has to manifest as you're going to be a world-class singer, or you're going to be selling your paintings for millions of dollars. No, this could be just every day you scribble a little drawing down, and that makes you feel happy, and it keeps you grounded, and it takes you away from the physicality. So you could do that, or you sing in the shower, or you just continue to do that. And a lot of times when we're children in a lot of Western societies, and I'm sure other societies as well, we're because of the education system and because of societal pressures, children are a lot of be seen but not heard, so they have to be quiet. And what do kids do when they're free and expressive? They run around for no reason, they dance for no reason, they sing, and it might not even be words, it's not an actual song, but they don't care, they're just expressing because they've not been contained. But a lot of times society and parents and education and all of these things will control that, and we may live our whole life with our, like Wayne Dyer says, our music inside us, and he said don't die with your music inside of you. And this process for me is getting my music out, although I haven't sung on here yet, so I will spare you that just now. I'll keep it to the shower. But whatever it is for you, your music that you can share with the world, start sharing it. And you can inspire. If you inspire one person, or if you change one person's day today by a smile, by being in a place of joy and love and happiness, then it's all worthwhile. That's all that matters. And even if you don't, as I said, you're on your own, you're just feeling one step up that ladder of happiness, of peace, then beautiful. Then tomorrow we do it again, and every moment we do it again. We don't have to wait until tomorrow. It's now. We create now. And this interaction we're having now, you can see it live now on Facebook, but you may watch this in 6 months time and it'll still be now. So thoughts of past, thoughts of future are things that just take us out of our true power, our creative capacities. So just bring yourself to now. And Bashar, one of the very influential teachers for me, always talks about so we have this now here, and we have various options of what we can do in the next moment. And all he says is very simply, just pick out of all of your options. If you have 10 options, just pick the one option that is slightly more exciting, slightly more attractive, slightly more beneficial for you, that's going to make you feel slightly better, and continue every moment of your life like that. You will see your choices, and one of them generally is going to, one or a group of them is going to stand out more than the others, and follow that. That's what you do, and you do that every moment. You're always reaching for a higher feeling thought, you're always reaching for that which is going to make you feel better. And by default, when you feel better, when you raise your vibration, the vibration of your family, your friends, your workmates, your world is going to raise in conjunction with that. And there's going to be reflections that are not of that, but you're not going to be affected as much by them, because you choose to respond, not to react. You choose to be what you want, as I said at the start of the video. So I hope that has gone across in simple terms. I always want to put this in simple terms for someone that has maybe never experienced or read anything of these sort of concepts before. I want to put it very simply, so someone can just start practicing that today without reading the book, without taking a course or whatever. I want to put this in very simple terms. And if anyone has any questions, firstly that they're online, if you want to type, you can ask a question about what I've talked about, if I can explain it in a better way. As I say, I want to connect with people as much as that are maybe just very early on this path, and this is quite new to them, because I did it on my own for a long time, because I was afraid to share, and I was afraid to put myself out there as much as what I am doing now. So ask questions, because I would have loved to have someone at that time, but that's past and that wasn't relevant for me. So this is now. This is what you can do. You can ask me or ask others how you can get to be in the place of what you want. And it sounds too simplistic, but it's really, this is how creation works. This is what it is, and you will have experienced this to some degree in your life, but you just may not have noticed, and you may not have known that was what was happening. But if you want further help on this, like working one-on-one with me, I do sessions on Skype, and I talk about all of these things. I do breathwork sessions on Skype, which is very transformative. I'm actually going to put up a little story about one guy who did breathwork, one hour breathwork session with me, and he had an amazing experience. I'm very happy about that. So yeah, you can contact me. You can just message me. We don't even have to do Skype. If you have questions or you want pointers, I'll always send links, and I've got lots of other videos that I've done, and I can point you in that direction. But if you want to work with me and really go deep, then we can do that on Skype, or we can do that in person here if you're in Portugal. We do retreats here. We're doing like 3, 5, 7 day retreats, life-changing retreats. I can honestly say that I'm very blessed, and I'm very happy to be guided to do this work, and people around the world that have experienced our work know the transformative effects that maybe a 1.5 hour session or 2 hour session that we do have changed some people's lives. So if you can imagine putting that into 3 days or 5 days or 7 days or even longer if needs be, you can imagine what changes you can make in your life. And as I always say, we are just guides, we are just vessels for sharing our experience, and the people that change our lives are the people that match those things that work for us and do that. And you could get the experience of not doing that if you choose, but that's generally the people that come to us are people that really want to make a change in their life. They've had enough of the experiences of things that they don't prefer in their life, and we can help work you through that. And by example, I don't believe in the word healer in any form. A healer, there is only one healer, and that's you. In any field, I feel like no matter what it is, medicine or alternative therapies or alternative methods like what we use, I don't feel that there is any healers out there that heals someone else. It's the person heals themselves by choosing to match the vibration of this. Like what we'd say a great healer is someone whose vibration is so high, or they present the qualities, they present the vibration of health or whatever it is, they present that and they allow the other to match that, and then the person heals themselves or becomes what they want to be. So that's my feeling, and I feel like in like Western medicine, like it's more so the belief of the person in the doctor or the treatment or the medicine that is going to have the biggest effect on the results of that treatment. And the people that heal themselves through medicinal or traditional methods is because they have that belief in it. They have that real belief that this will heal me, and then their co-creative consciousness and their healing capabilities, because we are the only healer that exists. We heal ourselves, we change ourselves, we transform ourselves, we make the choices that create what changes we will see, whether they be positive or negative. It's always from ourselves. So yeah, look at that. If you want to check some practices that you can do every day to sort of set you on the path that I've talked about, you can go to our website, activatebreathwork.com/lifestyle. I've got some stuff there. It's got lots of great videos, free links that you can watch videos, daily practices, that type of thing. Again, I'm still working on the online group where I'm going to be working with people directly through live videos, and we're going to have a group where I'm going to have practices every day, where we'll have a group where we can support each other. Lots of training videos of practices that you can do every day, very specific. And we'll have a group for instant feedback, and I'm going to be doing yoga classes on there. I'm going to be doing meditations. So we'll have that Facebook group set up soon as I've got everything. I'm well on my way to getting that set up. So if you're interested in that, you can do this from home, which is the big advantage of this. So people can't travel to Portugal or where the other venues where we will travel to do our work. That is a really powerful way of setting a daily practice that's really going to change your life. So it's initially going to be a 30-day plan, but this goes on. This is not like a fad diet or a fad where you do this 30 days and then you go back to your life. No, it's creating life changes, life affirming practices that you can, and simple practices. The most simple thing is the most powerful thing, so it needs to be something you can continue, and that's what I've created in this online program. So that's going to be it's going to be up and running soon, so pay attention to the website. I'll probably send out some messages when that's ready. So it's going to be like a total life reset, is how I'm putting it, and it's going to be very exciting, very fun, and it's going to be life changing for the people who choose to change their lives. That's what it is, and that's what all these works are. When people are ready, the teacher appears, and many times in my life the teacher has appeared for me, and at this point now it's still happening, and now I'm happy to be able to share my experiences with others. And so someone joining there, Daniela, hi, my soul sister, I'm here listening to you. Much love to you, Daniela. We will be seeing you very soon here in Portugal. I think you're maybe still in Spain. So yeah, lots of love to you. And Daniela is going to come visit us here in Portugal. We're very excited about that. She has been a big part of our journey over the last year and a half or so. We had this is a good time to move into this, where getting together with groups of people with a like mind is so important. If it's spiritual or let's say it's with work, any change that you want to make, you want to connect with people that are of the same mind, and moving away from groups of people that are keeping you in past or things that you don't want. If you constantly around a group of friends that are constantly talking about negativity and things that you don't want, then maybe you need to move towards a new circle of friends or a new environment that is positive. And Daniela actually started a group like that for us in Dubai. So we had a small group of people, and we did that, and we kept that going. Unfortunately, most of it has been on WhatsApp, since we've all been all around the world. We're spread around the world now, but that's fine too. At least we know we have a group of people, and this is what I'm going to create in this Facebook group. We know that all of the people in that group are of a same mindset, and we will always go through different challenges, but we're open to express ourselves in every way and any way. There's no like restrictions on what we talk about, and we're there to support each other. And that's what I really want to create on this Facebook group, is like a support and a gathering of people that want to change their lives, that want to use the practices that I've talked about to start to be the things that they want to see in their lives. That's what we do, and I can help you do that, and I've done it myself, and I am confident that it works for me. And for the people that are drawn to it, if you watch this video, I know it can work for you, because we draw the things that we need into our life by attraction, because the vibration that I'm putting out, if you watch this video and it resonates, then you've drawn that to you for a reason, and that's because there's something that you need to hear. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to work with me. Maybe it's just a practice that you need to start putting into your day and moving towards the things that you want. So I think I've done quite enough now. I'm happy that anyone who has joined and anyone who will watch later, sending lots of love to you wherever you are in the world. So just again, be it until you see it. Start being the vibration of what you want, and drop this notion of faking it to make it, or fooling people, or doing something that you are not. Just be. So again, go to our website, activatebreathwork.com. Message me on Facebook. I always reply eventually. There is some delays sometimes, but I always will get back to you, and you can ask me anything that you want. I'm happy. I suppose one last thing I can just add, because I met some old friends yesterday here in Portugal, And it's funny, we took some photographs, and they put up Gabriel, if he watches, he's in holiday in Portugal here, and he put up a photograph of not the last time we met, but a time that we had met before, where I was living in Australia. And he put up a photograph, and looking at that photograph, I can't even recognize myself. And that's a very good example of how each one of the cells of your body just completely replaces itself every 7 years. So this photograph was about 8 years ago, and I literally cannot recognize myself. So Daniela has something to say. You are a great pillar of my success, Marty. Big kisses and hugs for you both. Can't wait to join you guys. Oh, well, thank you very much. And you are a pillar. We are all pillars for each other. As I said, you created the group, and actually Daniela was instrumental, if not in my meeting of Elise, because she brought Elise to the center where we met. And so I thank you very much for being a pillar of my journey as well, and really look forward to seeing you here, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and I know we always do, and we are taking care of your babies here, don't worry about that, they're in good care. So yeah, contact me about anything. There's no, yes, going from the point of seeing that photograph of myself, it's like literally looking at a different person. I was drinking a lot at that time. I wasn't very happy, and you can actually see it in my face, where I may have been smiling, but I could see really through it now. And I don't have any regrets whatsoever in my life now. I know every experience in my life, both positive and negative, has led me to where I am now, and which is a place of like real peace and happiness and joy. And all of those experiences that I had with, say, alcohol or drugs or anything that relationships, all of those things have led me to a real place of wisdom for me now, and I know that I can help people that are maybe struggling with issues with alcohol or drugs or relationships or these types of things, or money. And I know, because I've experienced a lot in my life, and I've experienced a lot of darkness and negative things as well. So this is where where I will differ from like a personal development person or something like that, where they will just focus on the white teeth and the shiny hair and the nice car. And no, I will focus and share my experience of everything that I've experienced in my life. That's brought me to a place of wisdom now, because I can relate to someone that maybe has a hangover or they're struggling with an addiction of some form. I can help you, because I've experienced it to some degree. So that's where, know that you can reach out to me, especially in those forms. And there's something with our work that I always, wherever we go, I always have a desire to help people specifically affected by addictions, maybe alcohol, drugs, or abuse, or any of those things that are kind of shunned away in society and put away. And we really want to help people, and just by default our work has attracted a lot of the people that need that help, that have come from those places. So again, if there's anyone has any groups like that help people affected by war or abuse or alcoholism, addictions, anything like that, please contact me if we can help in any way. I definitely want to do that, and that's because I've come from a place of certain experiences of each of those. And as I say, I'll be very open and honest about everything that I've experienced, and that's how I can help people now. And I'm very grateful to have all of those experiences, the negativity. So if you're going through maybe some hard times and some negativity now around some of those things, know that if you're hearing these words, then you know that this too shall pass. There's a way around this. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. There's always, no matter how low or how bad you feel now. I'm getting a bit emotional now just talking about it, because I can step back and feel those emotions and that negativity, but I can look at it now objectively, but I can still feel those feelings, So, but know, if you're going through something now and you're hearing these words, know that there's always help, and just reach out. So I shall leave it there. I think I've gone on quite long enough. I'm not sure how long this has been. So sometimes it feels like something else is talking through me here, so I don't realize what's been going on. So contact me if you'd like to talk about anything. If you want to work with me, talk to me. Go check out the website, activatebreathwork.com, and have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and sending lots of love to all of you. And until the next time in another moment of the night. I will see you then. Ciao. Bye bye.